Okay? Okay, so Be'ezrat Hashem, we're going to continue. Halachot Shabbat, we are in volume 4, in page 238. We finished in the morning. Just quickly review the evening shiur also. So we spoke about, are you allowed to make cheese on Shabbat? We said, Yonatan John, you're not allowed to make cheese on Shabbat because the cheese, by you pouring acid, like lemon acid and stuff like that, into there, you're making the milk turn into curdles of curd, it's called, of the cheese, and that's called a problem of borer. You're separating the fats of the milk, going together, and then when you take it and you're putting it in a mold to make it a form of a cheese, it's a violation of boneh. So Kam Rab Chaim Palagi, and he said the same thing is if you're making ice cream on Shabbat, you're taking the milk with different type of things, putting it in a mold, putting it, changing the status of it from liquid into solid. You did it on Shabbat. Problem of building. Like it's restricted to make cheese on Shabbat, problem of building. So it's restricted to make ice cream on Shabbat. Right? Comes Rav Yosef says there is few points why it is allowed and Rab Chaim Palagi is wrong. With all the respect. He says what? He says first of all, the laws of building, we have a concept that building does not apply to food. That's first of all. And binyan ba'ochalim. That's first of all. Second, he says that the laws of building applies only whenever the oraita, only whenever there is a long-term building. If it is a short-term building, it's not the oraita. And we explained in the morning that there's machloket between the Yerushalmi and the Bavli. Is a temporary building counts the oraita violation or no? The Yerushalmi says that where do we know the laws of building boneh from? From Mishkan, right? Mishkan in the desert. The Jewish people, when they build it, did they know that it's going to be not long-term one? Did they know that?
No.
Huh? Of course they knew, because Hashem promised them that they're going to come to Eretz Israel. Mishkan was not supposed to be there for a long time, right?
No?
So it was not forever building, permanent. It was temporary building. And yet we're learning the laws of boneh from such a thing, from such a structure. So what did it teach us? That a temporary building, it counts a Torah violation. That's how Yerushalmi views it. Comes the Babli and says, no, Jonah, no. We're learning it from the Mishkan, but you know why Mishkan, the Torah gave to its significance of building? Because Hashem said it. If Hashem wouldn't say build it, it will be a regular shalash, regular tent. It's a regular tent, there is no problem of building. Got it? That's how Babli looks at it. Comes out that if it is not like that, you don't have to worry about it. Means to say, if Hashem did not say to build it, then it's not an important structure. Therefore, it's allowed. Midoraita. That's how Babli looks at it. So temporary building is asur only with the Rabbanan. If it is permanent building, that's the Oraita. Good? Now, whenever you have machloket with Babli and Yerushalmi, how do we hold? Yaakov John. Bechor? Babli disagrees with Yerushalmi. How is halacha like? Babli disagrees with Yerushalmi. Babli, very good. What's the reason? Remember,
It's the latest. It's the earth.
What's the reason? What's the reason halacha is like Babli? Because Babli was written 300 years after Yerushalmi. So Babli knew the information of the Yerushalmi and still did not pass him like Yerushalmi. Yerushalmi did not know information of Babli. It was 300 years after. Got it? So that's how halacha says. Anytime disagreement between the Babli and Yerushalmi, halacha like the Babli. Got it? So now the Babli says temporary building is not oraita, it's only the Rabbanan. So halacha is like temporary building, it's only asur with the Rabbanan. Got it? So now the machloket making ice cream on Shabbat at the oraita ili at the Rabbanan, the machloket is on the Rabbanan level because halacha is like the Babli. So therefore says Rav Ovadia, we don't have to be concerned about Rabbi Chaim Palagi's opinion. Rabbi Chaim Palagi that said it's asur to make ice cream on Shabbat is wrong. And we don't have to even consider his opinion. If it would be an argument on the oraita, says Rav Ovadia, we should have considered it because safek the oraita lechumra. But because there is no oraita, it is temporary building, safek the Rabbanan. Safek the Rabbanan lekula. Got it? Now I'm clear? Very good. Now, if it was built on Shabbat, then we spoke about what does it mean temporary. 1 second building is temporary. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month.
1 week,
What's the definition? Temporary. Temporary could be long time,
7 days.
right? So halakha says temporary means learn it from the structure of sukkah. Where in halakha do we have a halachic structure that we build? Lulav we don't build, shofar we don't build. Structure that we build. Where else do we find Judaism? We build something.
Sukkah.
Only sukkah. So says Ravaria, how many days do we build sukkah for?
7 days.
7 days in Israel.
Yes.
הבכור ישוב ישראל נפריחל, ישוב בכור באמריקה עשתה. What? How many days do we build? How many days do we build Sukkot outside Israel? For 8 days. So that's already. You left the door open, בכור.
Yes.
Door открыл там.
А что, плохо? Нет, закрылся дверь.
Закрылась.
Она просто не на лак.
Чего она не закрывается?
Чтобы люди не замерзли.
Пока не закроют.
Да.
Okay. So the Sukkah outside Israel, it's 8 days.
Yes.
And Sukkah by halakha, it counts as a temporary building.
Yes.
So what do we say temporary building is?
Mutar.
No mutar. It's 8 days. Then it's considered a temporary building. Got it? Based on this, I explained to Bechor in the morning, it's very important to know if it's Asur Deoraita or Derabanan. Remember? Temporary building. We spoke that if Bechor has, Bechor Ктанктова, спалится на линии.
Ну, это группа.
Им скажите, on mute, себя на mute поставьте.
Там 28 человек.
Вас слушают прямо сейчас.
О, да.
Роха не думай, сейчас в уши будем заливать.
Да? О. Чтобы они потом как эти бегали.
По стенкам лазить.
Стенкать. Но, я Бехора уважаю, жду, пока он зайдет. Он на меня смотрит, я там или нет, потом заходит. שהכל, ברשות מוריי ורבותיי, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Аминь.
О, как раз пришел ваш товарищ Сулейманов,
Ой-ой-ой.
массажист.
Массажист пришел. Ну, он что-то как это, скафандр.
Okay? Добрый вечер. Okay, so let's go next. Comes Rav Yosef and says, the Bechor had wine inside his house. Yaakov, the wine that Bechor has, it's expensive, $200-300 barrel. The Bechor Yitzchakov. The sun is from this side hitting the wine. Bechor says, why? Каждая бутылка $200-300. Там 10 бутылок. Now he's worried about it. He wants to open a table, Rosh Shabbat, like this table, put it over his wine. Is he allowed to do that or no?
No.
What if the table was already open? He picked it up from this side of the room, he put it on that side of the room. In order to be as a roof for this wine, to be protecting it from the sun. Allowed or no? Suleiman at Bechor allowed or no?
No.
Why not?
Cover it, no. You take it wine to different place, you can.
Why cover it? No, Bechor John?
Because you build it.
Oh, what am I building?
Cover.
Temporary building. Good? This asur by Torah or the Rabbanan?
Rabbanan.
Temporary, we just proved, like Bavli, right?
Yeah.
We said a practical difference if it's the right or the Rabbanan. One practical difference is if Babulia did it, she doesn't know Halachot Shabbat.
Yes.
Right? She maybe knows Paro, Moshe, Paro, Halachot Shabbat, and еще не училась. Now she did it. If she wouldn't do it, the wine, das vidane b'usho. It will spoil. Now because she did it, can you drink this wine or no?
Yes.
If you say that's asur by Torah, she didn't know. It's mistakenly done. Mistake by Torah, you're not allowed to benefit from. But mistake the Rabbanan, you're allowed to benefit from. Right? Shogeg the Rabbanan. Got it? So That will be one practical difference. Shogeg derabanan, you'll be allowed to drink from the wine. Rabbi Bulia said that on Shabbat by breaking Shabbat. She broke Shabbat on the Rabbanan not knowingly, unintentionally. It's called Shogeg derabanan. Shogeg derabanan, you're allowed to benefit from it on Shabbat doesn't. Ninada post Shabbat that. On Shabbat you can benefit from it. Babulio broke the rules. She broke Shabbat. But for me, it doesn't make the wine not kosher. I can still drink the wine. For me. Got it or no?
Yes.
Babulio can also drink it.
Yes.
Because she broke the rules unintentionally on the Rabbanan level.
What about чай муфтим? Чай заварить, помните?
О.
Если дедушка будет ругаться,
Не ругаться, а бить.
бить,
Да,
она пойдет заварит, и пришли гости, они могут чай пить?
So we said, same idea, Shogeg the Rabbanan.
Yeah.
Because she didn't do it willingly to make chai, she did it not to get hate from him.
Yeah.
And,
Man.
К сожалению, еще такие люди существуют. Hopefully they're going to make tshuva soon. Now, another practical difference is, if you don't do it yourself, but you tell a goy to do it.
Yeah.
You tell Ricardo, put the table all the way there for the wine to be covered away from the sun. So you're making a tent, building, bonnet oil. Why did we say bechor? Because I tell the goy to do Sud Derabanan for sake of avoiding a loss. No problem. Remember? Hi, Yitzchak John. Kol hakavod. Yitzchak, you came in such a cold day. It counts like you came the last 2 weeks. That's it. You made tshuva. Dio John, front seat. So telling a goy to do Sud Rabbanan for sake of avoiding a loss, no problem. It's called Shvut Shur Makom Hefsed, to avoid a loss. Good? But if Bechor, putting the table, it will be Surdo Oraita. You're not allowed to tell the goy to do Surdo Oraita to avoid a loss. Right? Only the Rabbanan, Shvut you'll be allowed. Okay, вы говорите, что? The Oraita вещи или the Rabbanan вещи? So it depends what level of the restriction is. The Oraita things you cannot tell the goy just like that. Канцонер is the Rabbanan. Huh? It's also for the public. And we're talking right now at Bechor Yitzchakov's home. Yeah, in his home.
Дому.
In his house.
Они еще к системе не подключились, надо разогреться.
Сейчас. Он вам массаж делает, согреется. That will be another practical difference. Remember or no? Это я делаю, чтобы мозги на месте поставить. Very good. Now, да, мы идем next. Now, Bechor, another point. Shabbat, back in the day, Vachtoi Kadim, when a person wanted to have a hot osvo on Shabbat morning. How did he have hot osvo Bechor Shabbat morning? You know, all night, 4 o'clock Shabbat comes in, 12 p.m. the next day you eat osvo. How is it going to stay hot in this weather outside?
Его ставили внутрь, замуровали, железку ставили, он там стоял.
Железка, it's just standing there? Or they used to glue that metal? They used to take a piece of metal with cement, Friday, put it inside ugol, the coals, hot coals, put inside the osvo, the food they wanted, the gondi they want to eat, put metal, seal it with cement on Friday, Shabbat morning, tak, with a chisel and a hammer, and take out the osvo, garm. It's hot osvo.
It's oven.
How is the Seh Shulchan Aruch? You're taking a chisel and a hammer on Shabbat, and you start knocking down something that is attached to the ground. That oven is attached to the ground with that metal on top, glued cement. Imagine, Bechor, you're going to the restroom over here, and you find one tile you don't like, and you take a chisel and a hammer and start knocking down that thing on Shabbat.
Это мы за то, что покушать, мы это все приготовили.
No, boy, фахат шмо кушать. You have an easy card all the time, кушать. Yeah, Chachamim does allow it also. Why is it allowed? You're breaking on Shabbat.
Because it's the Rabbanan.
Temporary.
Oh, but hold on, Bechor. Temporary, it's still asur.
Right now.
It's still asur. What right now? You build it on Friday. and you are
Before
breaking
Shabbat,
it.
Before Shabbat.
Before Shabbat, you build it.
Yes.
But on Shabbat morning, you break it.
Yes.
So it's temporary building.
Yes.
Can you break a temporary building on Shabbat?
What's the question?
For what reason?
No reason. Don't you making up those reasons every time? Fachad Chordan. No.
А если ребенка там замуровали before Friday, Saturday ему можно оттуда вытащить?
Pikuach nefesh is gonna die. Chas v'shalom.
Sure.
Okay, sure. That's the way. Why you allowed to take it osvo? Huh?
So я тоже...
What's the question about?
You put osvo inside the oven. Their oven back in the day.
Okay.
That was attached to the ground. It was a cable like this on the ground. They used to put inside coals, hot coals, gehalim, close it be Friday with metal, cement on top, sealed. Shabbat morning, the guy used to come with a chisel, Yehudi, used to come chisel and a hammer, bam, 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 take out the oslo hot. Can you do that on Shabbat or no?
Можно.
That's the way to do it.
They used to do it, yeah. Was it allowed or no? So Shulchan Aruch, it's allowed. Why is it allowed? You're breaking on Shabbat. You soter.
But that's the only way to take it out.
So what?
It's a food.
If that's the only way to take out things you can break on Shabbat,
У вас махшева не брекет, а у вас махшева вытащить этого салона.
so you're breaking it. What do you mean?
поломаться ведь случайно.
You're allowed to.
Это то же самое, бутылка вина вы
You're not-
открываете.
No.
You're not fixing, you break.
So it's breaking is asur on Shabbat. Can I don't like this wall. Can I just break it on Shabbat?
That's no, but that's different.
Why?
Because there's no Torah, there's no.
It's the Rabbanan, no?
No.
But it's still asum drabanan. Why over here we allow it? So in the morning you explain bechor. No, don't say food mitzvah. Don't say these things. We said in the morning the reason.
When you build it in the Chatchila,
Oh,
you break
very good, Yitzchak.
מחשבה.
Very good. Whenever you build this wall, was it built to last for short term or long term?
Forever.
Long term, nachon? Forever and ever. So whenever I break this on Shabbat, I take a hammer, bam, bam, and I break it. I break something that meant to be long term,
Yes.
but I don't intend to rebuild. I want to remove this toilet all the way. Oh, I want to remove it away from here. This wall, I want to make the synagogue bigger.
By the Shabbat midday.
Okay. If I do it on Shabbat, I broke Shabbat. The right or the Rabbanan?
Right.
No,
Rabbanan.
because I destroyed this wall in order to expand the synagogue. I don't want that wall here, so I'm not breaking with intention to rebuild. I'm not soter al menat livnot. I'm only destroying without intention of rebuilding. That's only sum de Rabbanan. Got it? So now says Ravadia, what if from the beginning I build something with intentions of destroying it quickly? So not only the destruction is without intentions of rebuilding, also the destruction is for something that I intended from the beginning is going to be temporary. On Friday night when I close it, my kavanah was tomorrow morning I'm going to open it. Got it? In such a case, what did you say? It's not considered to be the breaking, even midirabanan is no problem. Not midoraita problem, not midirabanan problem.
Can you use tools?
Do it, take chisel and hammer. Yeah. Famidim bechor.
Next.
If so,
But you're doing hammer with the hammer things. It's not muktzeh?
hammer is not muktzeh. If it's a davar mutar, can I take a hammer to knock to open nuts?
Of course.
Nuts, yes, nuts, because it's the way. But this is...
Why? Why? Because it's allowed to break nuts.
Взять гвоздик ударить хаммером.
It's the same concept, Rabbi.
Почему орешка, да,
Орешка же
This is a
вы
knot.
не можете
Exactly.
поломать.
You're looking at the oven, halachically, as those nuts. I'm taking a hammer and use it for a loud action, a loud reason. Got it?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard if you let's say construction and that's your tool during the week, you cannot use.
That's only if you makpid on that. You don't want anybody to touch it. Usually people's not so caring about their hammer. Even construction people. Unless you juvelir, your armor, it's very important to you. It's very sensitive, very delicate. Like a barber, right? You're not going to give your scissors for your children to make projects with them. Nachon? Why not? No, this is delicate. I need my scissors to be sharp. I don't want to stay with a client 3-4 times to cut the same hair. One time it's supposed to cut. Nachon? So you makpid on them. Those type of scissors, they muktzeh because of, who remembers? Chesron kis.
Yeah.
Remember? Very particular about it. Очень осторожно с ними, чтобы никто не трогал. And you yourself don't even use it for other things. Remember? Very good. Now, Bechor, you're doing so far very good. Now says Rav Ovadia Bechor, the laws of building are stricter on Shabbat regarding something that it is stationary or something that it is movable. What's more building? Stationary or something that it is movable? Stationary is more strict, right? So says Rav Ovadia, let me ask a question. If I break something stationary, the oven, on Shabbat, because my intention was that it's going to be for a short term, am I allowed to do that or no? Yes. The metal, can I remove it with the cement or no? Yes. Metal, cement. Can I break that cement on Shabbat or no?
Конечно, нельзя.
We just said it's allowed. Только сейчас сказали можно. And that oven is attached to the ground. It's stationary. And still you say, because your kavanah was on Friday, that I'm going to break it for short term, build it for short term, I'm going to break it tomorrow morning. There is no problem, right? So says Rav Ovadia, listen, this ice cream, if a person is going to make this ice cream on Shabbat, most likely he's going to eat it within the week. Even on Shabbat himself is going to eat it. So how can you, Rabbi Chaim Palaji, say you're not allowed to make ice cream on Shabbat? If I'm allowed to build something on Shabbat, before Shabbat and break it on Shabbat because my intention from the beginning is going to be temporary, it's not considered to be that you destroyed it, it's not considered to be you build it. Can I build Lego on Shabbat? Lego, can I use on Shabbat Lego? Yes. What did we say? Meir John.
Yes.
Lego можно on Shabbat, Meir? If it's going to be as tall as you, the Lego. Not long term, tall, I said.
It's actually good for the kids, you play with them.
Allowed on Shabbat to do that?
Yes.
For how long are you allowed to keep it?
7 days.
Very good. Outside of Israel?
А монополии играть можно?
Качаться можно в Шаббат. Качаться тело? No, you're allowed. Even to sweat on Shabbat, no problem.
Give you pleasure, no?
Как это ведь pleasure, как можешь заниматься?
So listen, we have our Torah. Bechor has his own Torah. If you follow our Torah, you end up in Gan Eden. If you follow his Torah, I don't know where you're going to end up. According to our Torah, is no problem. Huh? Listen, you're right, Bechor, but you see, that's why I told you, follow my Torah. Don't follow his Torah. Our Torah does not restrict to work out on Shabbat. Person is allowed to jump and run and exercise and all these type of things. No problem.
No lifting.
Lifting, no problem. Yes? Whatever, yeah. There is no problem to do this violation, the actions, because the person enjoys it. If a person doesn't enjoy it, he does it because the doctor says, listen, if you're not going to do it, you're going to die. Your cholesterol is on the roof. You're fat, you this, you that. You must do it. So he's doing it not because he wants to enjoy. It's because he's forced to do it. He doesn't want to be dead. Then it will be a problem. But people that, every day they work out, stretches, matches, all these type of things, they can do on Shabbat, no problem. But Shabbat, you're not purposely supposed to spend the whole Shabbat on these things. 5-10 minutes, half an hour, then you have to study Torah. Shabbat, Rabotai, should not be a day that a person all day is sleeping, drinking alcohol, and sleeping. That's a mistake. Shabbat is given to Am Yisrael to study the Torah.
А если не любит он в синагогу проходить, просто делать...
Doesn't have to come to synagogue. Learn Torah at home. 170 million hours is 1 hour of study Torah on Shabbat. Do you know what it is? You're going to leave 10 times Gilgul. You're going to come here. You're not going to make 1 hour you miss on Shabbat. 1 hour. Bechor, how many lives do you need to live to make 170 million hours? Сколько, посчитай. Сделай математика у тебя сколько. GPT его спроси. 170 million hours. На один час учеба Шаббат.
1 million dollars, 96 years.
А?
1 million дыхать, 96 years.
96 years? Wow.
Что я говорю, как есть, я тоже low-class.
Suleimanov, that's why on Shabbat, person have to try his best to study Torah as much as possible. Yetzara что говорит? давай бутылку לכבוד шаббат. לכבוד шаббат.
Само собой, без этого.
Это לכבוד ишкам Джонни Халфеш, לכבוד шаббат Незвай.
Зачем тогда можно его шаббат пить?
Если я бы свой шурханов написал бы, я сказал, нельзя пить.
А если можно, значит, кайфовать нужно? Или...
Кайфовать Тора надо, Джонни Дедеш. Вай мусор кайфовать ноги.
Борух Ашем, Тора всегда, это всю жизнь мы всегда будем с этим.
А бутылка тоже всю жизнь есть.
Мы не уйдем с этого.
Ты не уйдешь с этой бутылки.
Он хочет сказать, что он по шаббату пьет.
Не, я каждый день пью.
А в
Шаббат не пей.
Отдыхайте.
Shabbat, don't get that intoxicated, because then you're not going to be focused on studying. You, Rabbi, я уставший, я мертвый, глаза уходят. Пами Содет.
Я еще не в том левеле, я тут...
Niftom level. If somebody is going to come to you right now, tell you, listen, I have a barber shop making $300,000 a year. Good place. No Ponzi scheme. Amen. You say, listen, Rabbi, I only make 100,000. Yeah, я же не там на 300,000. You going to take that or no? Or you going to say, listen, I'm not there. You're going to take this opportunity or no?
Чтобы дойти до того...
The guy is about to die. He's Italian old man. He has all the clientele, the best place in the world. He's selling his business 300,000 clean money every year in your pocket. You going for that or no? I said, oh, listen, Italian. I'm in a place 100 to 120, maybe 80 should figures. I'm not there. You gonna do it or no? Kaki Pul Mevio. I'm all over. When it comes to Neshama, Rabbi, I'm not there. Why are you not there? What? You don't have two eyes, you don't have one nose, you don't have one mouth. What's different between you and others? The answer is the ratzon, the will. For the shtuyot of Olam Hazeh, we have the ratzon, we have the will. For the Olam Haba, I'm not there, I am there. GPS не поставь, Rabbi, адрес, чтобы я приехал. Bezat Hashem, 10:20 is Bechor. We're going to turn the camera to Bechor. Bechor is opening his own channel soon.
Rabbi, to destroy Lego, it means to actually destroy it, or to take one piece off and it's considered not complete anymore.
No, destroy everything to the last piece. It's not the word destroy, it's the word disassemble what you assembled. Anything you assembled, you build it.
Right.
Even if it's 3 pieces, 2 pieces.
Right.
Anything you assembled longer than 7 or 8 days, depends which opinion you follow, it's considered building it. Got it? Yeah. And you're not allowed to build something on Shabbat that is going to be lasting more than 8 days. So that's why within the 8 days, you have to make sure to take them apart.
No kid does that, Rabbi.
So then the father is going to make up the rest of the job.
No kid disassembles every single piece.
What can I do? I can make up for the kids now.
No, I'm just saying, but when we
Right, this is
give
why I
the
was
permission
thinking.
to do it now, most of the time nobody does.
So now you have to tell them, listen, we have new rules. There is new president, new rules. The United States of America needs a change. Okay.
Парашат Шу.
Параша, хай. Я ждал, пока мы проснется. Okay, we left off on page 242, Bechor. 242. Тихо, тихо.
4-2 это все двойки, это Бохор.
Бехор в двойке было, что?
Не, Бохор это все двойки.
Я думал, Бехор в двойке все были.
Бохор все двоечники.
Поехали. Make a new recording, please. We're gonna go to the parasha.